Welcome to DC TechNet. Hope everyone is doing well. At DC TechNet, we experiment, experience, and we like to share our experiences with everyone. So do like, share, and subscribe the channel. It motivates us to create new content. So again, we will continue our quiz on FSMO roles, and this was what we covered in part 1. There were 5 questions asked in part 1. They were very simple. So let's start with our part 2, and the pattern of the quiz remains the same. We'll have a question and we'll have some options, and we will reveal the answer with an explanation. So this is the pattern of the quiz. So let's see question number 6. Which RID is allocated to the forest root domains administrator account? So whenever we create a new forest, the first account that gets created is the administrator. That's the forest root domains administrator. So which RID is allocated for this particular account? So the options are 1001, 501, 500, number 1, or 100. So the answer is RID number 500 is allocated to the first account which gets created in the forest. So here we have the screenshot of the administrator's properties, and here we can see the object SID, and at the end we have 500. That's our RID. So one question arises: why should we know all this information? Why should we know the RID of the, say, the first user in the forest or the administrator of the forest root domain? So just request you to just search for -500 built-in administrator security threats, and you will find that how it is, say, dangerous if someone gets to this account, because this account will have, say, unrestricted access on all the objects in the entire forest. So as an administrator, we must know these things. So I have just pulled up, say, the RIDs or say object sets of all the objects in the forest, the domain, and this is the object set for our administrator. So again, functions of RID master, it's relative identifier, and RID masters allocate pool of RIDs. So if you want to know more about, say, RID master and relative identifier, we have an exclusive video on RID master. So I will highly recommend you to watch this video in complete. And again, we have one more video on Active Directory built-in groups, wherein we will say we have addressed all the, say, major default groups in Active Directory with their usage. Very important for any administrator to know all these things. So let's move ahead. Question number 7. What are the prerequisites to transfer domain-wide FSMO roles? What are the prerequisites to transfer domain-wide FSMO roles? So the options are: A, the user must be the member of a domain admins group. The user must have permissions to interactively log on to any FSMO role holder, say in the domain. So both the FSMO role holders, domain controllers, must be in the same Active Directory site. All the domain-wide FSMO role holders, say, must be running the same version of Windows operating system. And option E would be both the source domain controller and the target domain controller should be up and running and should be able to communicate with each other. So these are, say, 5 options. And the question is, what are the prerequisites to transfer domain-wide FSMO roles? So there are 2 answers over here. The first is definitely the user must be the member of domain admins group, otherwise he won't have permission to, say, transfer the roles. And the second option is both the source domain controller and the target domain controller should be up and running and they should be able to communicate with each other. So these are the 2 options. It is not mandatory that they should be in the same site or they should have the same server operating system. It's not at all mandatory. So we have again a very elaborate and descriptive video on FSMO transfer. So we have explained what do you mean by transfer, how to transfer, when to transfer, and we have detailed labs as well on transferring FSMO roles. So question number 8. Name the command to display current FSMO role holders. Very simple question. Option A, netdom show FSMO roles, netdom show FSMO, netdom / query FSMO roles, netdom query FSMO, and the option E is netdom / query FSMO. So the answer is option D, netdom query FSMO. So we just have a screenshot over here. We ran the netdom query FSMO in the command prompt and this was the output. So in this example we can see all the 5 FSMO roles are on London DC. And this is just a PowerShell version of the same command, so you will get the same output by this particular PowerShell script. So I use this script often. Question number 9. Now we have a scenario over here. The RID master FSMO went down and we were not able to restore it. It's completely dead. So again, the RID master FSMO went down and we were not able to restore it. It's completely dead. So now what are our options in this? So the RID master is down, it's dead. So what can we do now? What are our options? A, promote a new domain controller and configure it as RID master. Transfer the RID master FSMO role to an existing domain controller. Perform Active Directory metadata cleanup and delete the dead RID master FSMO. seize the RID master FSMO and perform Active Directory metadata cleanup. And option E would be seize the RID master FSMO and transfer the RID master to any operational domain controller. So these are the 5 options. The scenario is our RID master is down. We try to restore it, didn't went well. It's completely dead now. So what are our options? So these are the 5 options. So the correct option over here is option D. First we will seize the RID master and then perform Active Directory metadata cleanup. So if you want to know more about, say, seizing and metadata cleanup, so for example, so what is seizing, why to seize, when to seize FSMO, what is metadata, when to, say, perform metadata cleanup, what will be the impact, why to perform the metadata cleanup. So we have almost a 30 minutes, say, video over here, in which we have explained all these concepts in detail, and we have also a lab which will in which we have seized one of the rules and we have performed Active Directory metadata cleanup. So it's a completely practical oriented video. So I will do watch this video. This is again an L4 activity. Even L3s are not allowed to, say, perform these tasks if they don't know. Question number 10. What will be the impact if the schema master domain controller goes down? What will be the impact if the schema master domain controller goes down? Let's see the options. A. We won't be able to create any object in any domain in the entire forest, as the domain controllers will not have Active Directory schema. And no impact, as there are multiple schema masters in the forest. C. No big impact, as we need schema master domain controller to upgrade the Active Directory schema or extend the Active Directory schema, and these tasks or these activities are not regular activities. This is option number C. Option D. The Active Directory schema will not be replicated on other domain controllers, which will impact Active Directory replication. And option E is, as there is only one schema master in the forest, all the domain controllers will stop working, causing a huge impact. So these are the 5 options for this question. And the correct answer is no big impact, as we need schema domain controllers for the schema master just to upgrade the Active Directory schema or extend it. And upgrading the schema or extending the schema is not at all a regular activity. It's performed, say, once in a blue moon. So there will be, say, no big impact. And we have a detailed video on schema master. So we have explained, first of all, what is schema, what is schema master, so why it's a forest wide role, what is schema master, and the functions of schema master in detail. So let's summarize our today's session. Today's say questions were a little bit, say, on the higher level, and if you have any doubts, any new questions related to FSMO rules, please comment. If you have any doubts regarding the answers as well, do comment. I might be wrong. Okay, it's not that I'm always right. I might be wrong. I'm just creating this series based on my knowledge and experience. So if you have any doubt, any question in your mind, do comment, and I make sure that I reply to every comment. So thank you for joining today's session. Hope it was informative, and if you feel this channel is helping you to learn anything new, do like, share and subscribe this channel with your technical community, and enjoy your day. See you in the next session.